New all-time high on DAX was made this week on a market that is up for 30% from the April low. Will there be any selling on this market? So let's see what we can find on the charts. And for this video, I will go through daily, weekly and monthly charts. I will show you important levels to watch, show the only potential resistance and talk about potential scenarios. Let's start with the daily chart. So this is here, let's say, index zooming in on the previous few weeks, while the right side is futures zoomed out. Previous balance or range, which is this and this on the left side, was the period in which market spent a month and a half there before the drop on tariffs. Now market is grinding for more than a month and a half from the April 11th without any kind of visible pullbacks on the daily chart. So is this market overbought? Yes, it is. It hit Bollinger Bands on a daily futures chart, as we can see here. But buyers are still on any decent dips, like the three long liquidations that we had. This would be the one, then this one, then this one. So same like with the previous balance, which would be this here. Market is now also in the balance, which is here. Go with the real break from the balance and fade the false break. This was the false breakdown. Now, important levels on a daily chart would be still 23,900, where the eye is, and 23,350. Look what happened here on a false breakdown. This false breakdown was not only a false break below the level, it was also below the previous week low, and it was also the test of daily 20. And daily 20 is this, the middle of the Bollinger Band. Now, bullish scenario here requires just holding the ground, then eventually going higher, meaning holding that 23,900, alternatively bouncing again from daily 20 and then going higher, while bearish scenario need close, daily close, below both of these levels. Then the downside follow through, thus trapping all the buyers from the past 3 weeks. And in order to see that, we need to go higher to the weekly chart. This would be the weekly chart. Now this is now without drawings, and on this weekly chart we can check the oscillators. There is a potential bearish divergence here between these highs. This is MACD and this is RSI. Now let's include the drawings and observe this past 3 weeks. What can we see here? That after 5 weeks of strong uptrend, market made 3 weekly dojis signaling indecision, which can lead to more consolidation before the next directional decision. Now, let's observe another weekly chart. Now, this is logarithmic weekly chart, and there is that's the only one in which we can see a resistance. Can you see a channel here? Now, we can make a lower line by connecting October 2022 and October 2023 lows like this. And then you see this, ta-da, that would be August 2024 low on that volatility event on yen care trade unwind. And this would be April low. Now, second line would form a channel, and here on this chart DAX is right under resistance. Now let's go monthly, since we do have a closed May candle now. Now this is monthly chart, and on this chart we can see 25 years of DAX. This previous channel held the price for 17 years, and on this chart we can also see that August low, in this case what was the test of a lower end of a channel on logarithmic weekly chart, is the on regular monthly chart backtest of a broken channel. And on this chart I also placed a midpoint of Bollinger Band, and you can see how high this current price is above. It was never this high. Now if we include Bollinger Bands like this, you can observe that on monthly chart price is grinding on the upper end of a Bollinger. What we can also observe here is gap. It is very rare to see a gap on a monthly chart, because this gap is right between April and May, and back to daily chart, that would be this one here. So this one. This is entire May. So as long as above that gap, there are no particular worries for the buy side. Now let's make a conclusion here. This is not an easy market for new swing positions. Bullish case need a good size dip, and as long as every big red daily candle like we had before is being bought, there can be more upside. Bearish case, this is the overbought market. Market hit the upper end of the Bollinger Band on a daily chart. Then it made 3 indecisive candles. Then it is also below the weekly resistance, and finally it is grinding on the upper end of the Bollinger Band. But bearish case also needs support breakdowns. So let this market show their hands. The most important levels are here on a daily chart. And once again, for the bearish continuation, we need to see support breakdowns. Thanks for watching. Follow me on X, where I regularly post charts, setups and trades. And have a nice weekend.